on day 3 of Technex', we welcome Dr. Duvvuri Subbarao as our guest for this interview. Dr. Subbarao is a great inspiration to the youth of India. He did his bachelor's and master's degree from IIT, went on for advanced studies at MIT, became an IAS officer and also got a PhD done. Then he became the Finance Secretary of India, followed by the Governor of Reserve Bank of India.
I wanted to try my luck at the civil service exam, and as you know, at that time as it is today, all that was required to be eligible to write the civil service was that you had to have a degree. So I was interested in physics, of course. I thought I had an aptitude for it, so I studied physics and then decided to write the IAS, write the civil service exam. So I decided to write the IAS. I wasn't sure, of course, that I'd make it. I was, of course, thinking of other options. I thought if I don't make the civil service, I would do an MBA and go into management, or I'll probably pursue physics and become an academic. But I wasn't sure. I thought at first I must exhaust this option. So everything is possible. Everything was possible then. It's even more possible today. So my career was happenstance to some extent, planned to some extent. So having a successful career is, of course, doing your best, but also making right choices of career at every point of time. Yeah, as you know, I studied physics and wrote the civil service exam. I became an IAS officer. Working for about 2-3 years, I realized that I would become a better, more useful, more relevant IAS officer if I knew a little bit of economics. So I thought I would go and study. Indian universities, of course, would not give me admission into economics because I had physics background. They want me to start from all over again. Whereas US universities, as you know, are more flexible. They admitted me into a graduate program in economics, so I went to study there. I did economics, I got a master's. I came back and went back after 5 years to MIT with the intention of doing PhD, but I could not complete because of some domestic compulsions. I did public finance, came back and completed my PhD at Outreach University 20 years later. So I studied economics in the hope and expectation that a background in economics will actually help me perform as a civil servant better. First, of course, is globalization, integration, trade integration. Globalization, widely defined, is integration of countries, cross-border flow of goods and services, of finance, of people, and most importantly, of ideas. Every time there's a crisis like the global financial crisis of COVID or Russia war today, people would say, no, globalization is going to go into depression. My own view is that globalization is going to deepen, and India will have to be part of that, a bigger part of that globalization process. That's one trend. The second is technology is going to come in a big way, including artificial intelligence and machine learning. And they're going to impact the way we work, live, and actually think. That's going to be the second trend. The third trend is going to be climate change. Climate change is going to be a much more decisive variable in global economy, in actually the quality of life going forward. The fourth trend will actually be demographics, populations. We see today different trends across different countries. In Japan, population is going down. In Europe, in some countries, population is going down. In most countries, population is plateaued. In most countries, including India, the growth rate of population is declining and declining at a faster pace. I'm talking about the second definition. But these are some of the mega trends which I believe will shape global economy and finance going forward. My own way of relaxing actually would have been to go out of the workplace, just be by myself, go for a walk or on the streets, whether it was Hyderabad or Delhi or Mumbai or Washington. If I just wanted to relax or getting too worked up, I would just walk out of the office and go for a walk all by myself. I'm not going to a coffee shop and have a coffee, but just walk on the street. That was my way of relaxing. Even today, I find that being by myself but walking has been my magic potion for relaxing. I want to enjoy myself. After stepping down of the RBI, I was visiting fellow, first at the National University of Singapore and later at the University of Pennsylvania. So I'm still reading and writing, not as much as before, but I still want to read and write. But somehow I also feel that I must give back to society more than I have taken from. And I believe that I've not given back as much as I've taken. I've benefited enormously from this country, from this society, and I still owe a debt of gratitude. So in some sense, I want to give back, but I really don't know what I should do now in the next few years.